Hello, 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 good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's Perspective for Monday, December 2nd. We are 29 days remaining in the month. And so, as you see, first of all, thank you for all who are jumping on with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, good afternoon. As you can see, well, hello, Mel. Hey, Patricia. Okay, so I said it's time for review, and if you know me at all, that um, June and December are months that are used to just slow your roll and review, get some review in. I trust everyone had an awesome, wonderful, relaxing, fun, loud, laughter filled Thanksgiving weekend. We had an absolute wonderful, wonderful time. Had two Thanksgivings. We celebrated on Thursday and then had my nephews and some young Marines over for Friday and the remainder of the weekend. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful time. I forgot I forgot how sometimes young Marines in particular, people, but Marines in particular, uh, can get lonely around those holidays because they're without family, they're without their traditions, they're without their norm. And so to be able to have, some young Marines in the house again and be a part of their joy, to be able to fill in, serve as a family until they can get back to their families, their traditions, was a wonderful thing. And then and one of my babies is home, and so it was just a wonderful, wonderful time. Also, as a reminder, you don't fully know what brings so much joy and such wonderful memories or triggers to go and make something better until you do it. And I'm specifically talking about my husband and my baby and I were dancing in the kitchen, and my husband captured some of it on video, and so we posted it. And the response that we got back, the joy that came through. Hey, mother. And Ira Kelly, talking about you right now. And the joy that came through from people who saw us dancing and just having a good it really did a lot, much more than I would have ever thought. But I'm talking about today is time to remember, and I say all that because with all of that fun and laughter and just wonderful time that we had, it's time to move on because it is already December 2nd. And so we don't want to get stuck there because 2020 is banging on our door. And so we probably need to be ready for it. We don't need to be caught off guard and like, oh my goodness, I just can't even believe it's a new year. Not only will it be a new year, it'll be a new decade. So June and December are months. We would have done the 5 months of work in those 5 lanes of life: physical health, spiritual health, financial health, career, and relationships. And then before we jump back off, we need to slow down and review. There is a word that is found in the Bible, mostly in the Psalms, that Selah, Selah. And I was always taught, and the translation is not, it's not an exact translation, but in essence, it means to slow down, pause, and calmly think of that. Every time you see the word Selah, pause and calmly think of that. And I think December is a time where we need to like Selah. We need to just slow down and think about what has gone on the last year. We're in the last month of the year, the last year of a decade. And so before we jump off into a new year, a new decade, and new plans and excitement, and oh my goodness, it's 2020, and I can already imagine the 2020 slogans. Like I said, I know it's going to be one of vision, because 2021. Hello, Sister Robs. So my thoughts for you today is to begin to put us into a situation, put us into a mindset where we are deliberately, intentionally slowing down to pause and calmly think of what we've just gone through. When you're in the word reading, it's pause and calmly think of that, what you just read. But we're living our lives. And so before we jump off into the new year, the new decade, the new month of January, let's just not even do a rewind. Let's do a mental rewind, perhaps. Let's look around us and see what we have done, what we have accomplished, what we have fine-tuned, what we have made more efficient, and things that did not go as well as they could have, should have, we wanted them to. What role do we play in that? I promise you, I really think about these things as we get prepared, because even 1 degree off, if you don't check that, you look up and you will be so off course. Well, I didn't think I was doing that bad. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize, it's like the weight gain thing. I didn't think I was gaining that much weight. Oh my goodness. Okay, because it doesn't take over all of a sudden. It's the little compromises. It's the little justifications. And before we know it, before we realize it, things are so off balance, they're off kilter. So it's important that we are deliberate about our slowing down, taking the time to review those areas of your financially. What do you need to get on track, stay on track? Out of balance happens little by little. It does, Mel. You know that. Just little by little. I was talking to a precious young person this weekend about her finances, and it just doesn't take much. I'll put it like that. It doesn't take much for us to get out of control, because it's little things. So financially, slow down, calmly think about what we've done financially, our physical health, our spiritual health. Pause and calmly think over, are we going strong and hard, and are we fervent? Are we on fire for the Lord? Or can you honestly recognize, nope, I'm about close to lukewarm, nothing really matters. What's the why behind that before we jump off into the new year? So as I entitled the perspective, time for is so easy, Patricia. It's so easy for all of us. If we're not being intentional, if we're not being deliberate in any area of our lives, we will be off course. Okay, so I'm hopeful that December is a year that you pause and calmly think of what we've just finished, what we've just come through, what we've just survived, what we just thrived in. And some things we need to rinse and start again. Some things we just need to keep on repeating, but with a deliberate intentionality. That is my offering to you on this marvelous, marvelous Monday at the beginning of the month. Okay, we already know December is going to fly back, so let's get intentional. Let's get intentional. Pause and calmly think of that. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, take real good care of yourselves.